What a deck! Hello and welcome to What a Deck, YouTube's classiest Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling show. I'm your host, Hardleg Joe, and today we're looking at Danger Dolls, the true lives of the fabulous Killjoys, as brought to you by Patreon sponsor Yellow, who wanted me to play Shaddolls, and I thought I'd give him a more novel take on the archetype. Shaddolls is a deck that's seen a bit of competitive success, mostly with control variants based around summoning Shaddoll Winda, a floodgate monster that prevents the opponent from summoning a whole lot. This is an effective strategy, but it's also a very boring one, which is why I've opted for a more aggressive go-second board destruction variant based around using the dangers to toolbox out Shaddolls, while also drawing a whole bunch of cards. We're actually main decking 3 Pot of Avarice so that we can continue to recycle and draw, and hopefully just out-resource our opponent over the course of a couple turns. It's a very fun variant that also has a lot of randomness to it, because it really depends on what you draw. Now, if you just want to know what we're playing and why I'm playing it, a little information about the ratios, you can check out the video linked in the description. I made a deck profile where I just go over everything, kind of explain how it works. Otherwise, in this video, I'm playing 10 duels against random opponents on YGOPro. I'll be testing this out, showing you how it works, and hopefully, we'll have a little fun. Alright, here we are, first duel versus Vesh. Not to be confused with Vosh, very different type of YouTube channel. And like I said at the beginning, we want to go second with this deck, because Shaddolls have a lot of tools that are really good if the opponent already has an established field. They have super polymerization, which lets you fuse with your opponent's monsters. And if you don't know, Shaddolls are not only are they all about fusion, but they have a lot of... hit F3 to view your extra deck. They've got a lot of monsters that are like a Shaddoll plus a dark monster, a Shaddoll plus a fire monster, a Shaddoll plus an earth monster, and a water monster, and a light monster. They have one for every attribute. And we're playing all of them because we're on YGOPro, the Wild West of Yu-Gi-Oh!, where you never have any idea what you're going to run into. Except for the wind one. We're not playing the wind one because it's bad, even if you can summon it. The other ones at least have a little bit of use to them. But yeah, we're playing all those so that we can hopefully use our opponent's monsters no matter what they're playing. Obviously, if you were playing this in like a competitive tournament, you'd probably want to just make the extra deck the most popular stuff, and maybe play the other ones in the side deck. But in addition to that, we've also got Chadal Fusion, their custom fusion thing, which works as a regular polymerization, but if your opponent controls an extra deck monster, or a monster summoned from the extra deck rather, you can use monsters from your deck as material. And that's very important because all the Shaddolls have effects when they're sent to the graveyard by a card effect. Doesn't matter if they're sent from the hand, or if they're sent from the deck, as long as you send them to the graveyard, they do a thing. And so having this, if they make an extra deck monster, it allows you to basically toolbox any 2 effects that you want. They don't have a whole lot of effects, a lot of it, I think the most useful one they have is one that lets you pop a spell trap. They don't really have any removal, a lot of it's like draw power and summoning more monsters. But that's why this is like an advantage deck. It's just about like getting so many things in your hand and on your field that your opponent can't deal with all of them. They keep wasting their resources while you keep recycling yours. So hey, there we go. They've made an extra deck monster, so this is live now. And the neat thing about this is like, yeah, we'll use this and we'll send 3 monsters and then have 3 effect. He's got 1 monster negate, but we're going to be activating 3 things. We'll see. I don't know. See, that's the thing, is we've actually got a really great hand here because we have the option. We could try to Chadal Fusion here and then just let them negate the 1, or we can Super Poly and get rid of that before it's even a problem. Oh, hey. Drawing a card. What to discard? This card is discarded. You can add 1 danger from your deck to your hand. Okay, let's do that. That should still trigger it, right? No? If this card... I guess it has to be discarded. I didn't read what effect it was. I assumed it was discard. I probably should have discarded the Squamata. Okay, they've got Darkest Diabolos. Place one card on the top or the bottom of their deck. That's a little sucky, although, again, we've got enough good stuff that doesn't really bother me all that much. It's like I could do things regardless. Okay, and he's not even going to activate it. So yeah, I think we're going to activate the Chadal Fusion first. We're going to let that go. Let's go with Construct. And we're going to use Shaddoll Beast, because that lets us draw a card. And Shaddoll Chaos. Sometimes you want to go for Trick Clown, but we're going for Chaos this time. So that summons Construct. And then we get to simultaneous effects go on a chain. So we get to protect Construct, whose effect is to send another Shaddoll to the graveyard. We're going to activate the Beast to draw. And then last, we're going to do the Chaos, because I don't really need this necessarily. This one is to, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can discard a Shaddoll, and all Shaddolls gain effects or attack equal to its level. Yeah, that's fine. And now they can't stop that at all. Okay, so we're going to discard the Chadal Hedgehog. Let's see. Select a card to send to the graveyard. All these are once per turn, so once we've used them, we can't really use them again. If this is sent to the graveyard, you can target one effect monster. Neither player can activate that monster's effects. Okay, so we'll send the Genius. And then the Genius and the Hedgehog will activate. Let's negate the Photon Lord. I should probably read these to figure out what else they do, but we're fine. And Hedgehog just lets you search a Shaddoll. So we're going to be able to get whatever the hell we want. They get to draw a card. And they get to send a card, which is just going to help me. Let's add a dragon from our deck to our hand. We don't need it, but it's nice on the field. And then Squamata got sent. Squamata lets you send one from your hand, or from your deck to the graveyard. So we're going to send Wendy. Wendy lets you set a Shaddoll from your deck. I'm just getting discount effect warehouse in here, baby. And I think what we want to do is start getting the Falco loop set up. Falco's pretty great in general. Okay, and now normally you want to normal summon a Shaddoll so that you can make something. And actually, I still might want to. Let me look at this. Neither player can summon monsters from the hand or graveyard using spell traps. Okay, they're not really going to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to activate the Super Poly. We're going to send that. And we're going to make Starving Venom, 2 dark monsters on the field. So we can get rid of these 2 big ones. Make ourselves a Starving Venom. The Starving Venom will gain a whole bunch of attack. And, oh, I didn't oh. Bigfoot, when it's sent to the graveyard, destroys something. It usually does. Let's go ahead and activate Pot of Avarice. So we'll send a lot of the stuff back, a lot of our 1-ofs or 2-ofs. Yeah, we don't really need this one again. We'll send them back and draw 2 cards. You can see how this deck easily fills up the graveyard. We've got this, which we can't activate. Alright. I think we're just good to attack at this point. This can get over that. There we go. And this can get into Photon Lord. If you don't know, Construct destroys any special summoned monster as soon as it attacks it. I think we've used just about every Shaddoll effect in the deck. So I'm going to save this for now. And we're going to set the Shaddoll Dragon, because when that's flipped up, you can return a card your opponent controls to the hand. And so that's the unique thing. All the Shaddolls, in addition to having effects when they're sent to the graveyard, they have flip effects. Flip effects very slow in the modern age. But when you spend your first turn destroying your opponent's entire board, and then you give 2 big things they have to deal with, and then 2 small, they basically don't have the resources to out all of these with card effects. They're going to have to battle into some of these or wait for you to flip them and deal with the effects. Or even if they do send them to the graveyard, they get effects when they're sent to the graveyard, so unless you're banishing them. Summon one monster from my graveyard? Yes, if it's free, why not? Let's get the Squamata. In attack mode, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Might have been better to go for the Nessie in defense mode, but it doesn't really do all that much other than just being a defense wall. This one, at least when it gets sent to the graveyard, will do something else. Okay, so they sent Starving Venom. If this Fusion Commons card is destroyed, okay, it has to be destroyed. But they just send to the graveyard, oh no. So there's one of my big things dealt with. You can tribute 2 monsters, special summon this card, tribute 1. Okay, so I want to send this back to the hand. Monster summon from your graveyard, you could send... Okay, so I shouldn't have done that. Dingirsu, alright, so they're going to send the Shaddoll construct. When that's sent to the graveyard, you can get a spell trap back to your hand. So we're going to have the Chadal Fusion for next turn, and they've got the Dingirsu on the field, so... We're going to be able to Chadal Fusion again, send another 2 cards from the deck. Basically, every turn, we're hopefully going to be able to resolve just about every Shaddoll card. Every Shaddoll card worth resolving. So we can just rebuild this whole field. It's just a matter of, are they going to be able to, like, OTK me through 3 monsters? Seems unlikely, but we'll see. Alright, we're going to the battle phase. They definitely don't have enough to kill me entirely. Should have put that in defense mode. We're going to flip up this. When Falco is flipped, we get to get a monster and special summon it face down. Let's go for the Squamata. Because we've already used the Beast effect. You can only use each effect once per turn. Either the flip or the sent to the graveyard. So when this is flipped up, you get to destroy a monster on the field. So we'll do this, and I don't want to... Actually, I think I do. Even though this turns... If I send this back, it'll turn off the Chadal Fusion. But they'll probably make something else in main phase 2, I'd imagine. Yeah, they like to be in the graveyard anyway, so we'll send that back. Back to their hand. And then we'll make them detach from the Dingirsu. Ding. Please detach. This can detach to avoid something being destroyed. There you go. So they get the Diabolus, which they would have gotten anyway. So yeah, now we have to deal with the fact that we do have to... Like, one of our destructions is going to be negated, essentially. Not negated, but prevented. But we will be able to use Chadal Fusion, which is going to be better. If we didn't have that, all we'd be able to do is with our hand. Unless they made something else, but you don't really want to rely on your opponent doing something extra, if you can help it. Aegeon the Sea Castrum. Banish 1 random monster face down. This attack becomes equal. During either player's turn, you can detach, target one of the banished, return it to the extra deck, and destroy one with the same type. So they've banished this, which sucks, because this is the most generic Shaddoll. It's just 2 Shadolls with different attributes. And now they can destroy a fusion during my turn. Which is fine, because I don't particularly care all that much. Oh? Oh, they're doing 2. Well, doesn't that rip my pickle? So what we can do is Foolish Burial. And we're going to send Genius, the new one. Because when that's sent, we can target this and be like, you can't activate its effect this turn. You just can't. We're going to Chadal Fusion, and... Right. Okay, and we're going to use Chadal Beast to try to get into something new. And, oh, I didn't send back the other light. Well, that's fine. We can get Perform a Pile Trick Clown. There we go. I was kind of hoping for that. Activate this. Activate that. And Trick Clown we play, it's a light monster, so you can use it for that, and it just summons itself when it's sent to the graveyard, so it's extra material. Takes 1,000. Okay, what to send to the graveyard? Let's send... let's deck thin a little bit. So we'll send Squamata. We'll use the effect of Squamata, and that'll just send another one. Let's send Wendy. Not getting into our danger engine, unfortunately. Let's summon another Shaddoll Dragon face down. Unfortunately, we drew into our one of this, which is not great. Oh, but we can do that. Okay, so... This is dark, that's water. We still have the water one. Oh wait, no, the dark one would probably be better, right? No, because we can't get rid of that. Okay. So let's normal summon Hedgehog. And then we're going to make Verte Anaconda. Hello, nice to meet you. This, if you don't know, you could send one Polymerization or Fusion Quick Play, and we're going to send Super Polymerization. Allows us to fusion with our opponent's stuff. Let's make... This has 27, which is more than the 26, so we're going to go for Anatolius. This and... Oh, I should have normal... I couldn't have. Okay. That's fine. There we go. That gives us many things. I really needed a way to get this into the graveyard to activate the effect, because this lets me banish stuff. But I'll attack into this. Its effect will activate. He'll stop himself from being destroyed by the effect, but that means the battle goes through, so you just get destroyed by battle. We'll attack over that, and we'll hit for 500. Alright, and we're kind of stuck out there, but we're good. We're good-ish. This is difficult to get rid of. This might stop them if they have like a Monster Reborn or something. It's very niche. What's really good is if you can make this against your opponent who's playing like Drytrons or a Ritual archetype, because it basically prevents all Ritual summons. It says they can't use spell traps to summon a monster from the hand or graveyard. So it's just like, yeah, Ritual spells summoned from the grave, you're fucked. I think you also can't fusion. No, fusion would summon from the extra deck. But yeah, it's just anti-Ritual. And it's good. It's really good to use this like if your opponent has a totally awesome. You like super poly and they can't respond to it. Pretty neat. Anyway, they've got another turn of like going back and forth forever. Do I want to summon something out of my graveyard? They'll get to send something if I do, right? Let me read this real quick. No, they don't have the bigger one out if I'm not mistaken. So I'm fine. I just get a free monster effectively. So let's go with Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Because if they destroy that, it'll destroy my opponent's stuff. That's pretty neat. It's just another big, beefy 2800 beater that they're going to have to deal with. And yeah, that's if you don't know the Abyss, they have like basically two classes of monster. One is like, ooh, Abyss Dweller. That's a smart play. It might be a little too late, but we'll see. But yeah, they have effects that are like, you summon out of the graveyard, then your opponent does. Or they're like, you add a card from your graveyard, then your opponent does. So it seems bad, but then their bigger boss monsters have effects that like, if your opponent summons from the graveyard, you get to send something on their field to the graveyard. So it works as like removal. Or it's like, you add a card, they have to discard a card. So you get it, and then you go back. Let me read again. Yeah, so this one lets me add back to my hand, but they don't have the one that makes me discard again, so it's just a free add. And we're going to go for Nessie. We're going to get the danger back, because that'll allow us to do more things. Hopefully we can get a low-level danger so we can use this. That would be nice. Real barn burner for this first duel. Really anyone's game. A lot of it I probably could have played better if I know this, but there's so much text on them. Each one has two effects. I haven't played them myself yet, so I wasn't playing as carefully as I probably should have. Ah, Hope Harbinger, Dragon Titanic Galaxy. Alright, so I'm going to be taking a lot of damage. Oof, 2,500. But if I can summon my danger, they might just be doomed. Which is always nice. Yeah, I'm going to fire off the danger. I think no matter what happens, I'm in a pretty good position. Oh. Ah, Thunder Zeus. Didn't think about that one. Clear into the bar, Daria. And of course, they activated the Abyss Dweller, so I don't get my Chadal Fusion back. I don't get any of my stuff back. Yeah, these all, when they die, they let you get the Chadal Fusion back. Okay, so now I'm in a spot of bother. They've got this back. If a monster is special summoned from your opponent's graveyard, you could send one card your opponent controls to the graveyard. Yep, there we go. Okay. This only has one material, so they can't do anything else with that. That's only... Mathematician is good, because if I activate it, I just get a free thing. So we'll just normal summon this. We'll go ahead and send... Ash Blossom. Stop, please! Alright, so now we roll the bones. Do we? Yes. We're actually going to set this. This will be important. Activate. Okay, we discard this to summon this and then draw a card. I'm going to go in attack mode. When this is sent to the graveyard, banish 3 cards from either player's graveyard. So we want to get rid of that. And where's the biggest monsters? There's the level 8s. Do they have another level 9? Yes, let's get rid of that. And let's pick this one. So we'll just banish 3 cards from their graveyard. Question mark? I didn't summon anything from the graveyard, did I? Oh, they can... Okay. Gotcha. Let's see here. So now what I can do... Okay, if they draw a card, they get to discard one. So... Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to activate Danger Response Team, send Nessie back to my hand, and send, this back to their hand, because it has to seem to be in the graveyard to use it. Also, I don't want to get stuff that draws. So that's why this, and then what this can do is you can discard a danger from your hand, shuffle that into the deck, draw a card. Nessie was discarded, that lets me add a danger from my deck to my hand. I'm going to go for, Thunderbird, because it's big. It's a big boy. Let's see if we can summon the Bigfoot. Discard a random card, summon Bigfoot, then draw a card. 3,000. Hey, Super Poly! But I can't activate it because I need to discard and do other things. Yeah, I think that might be it. Unfortunately. So, yeah, because I've already used most of my stuff. Yep, this is one of those cases where you drew into Super Poly. The question is, what does this do again? Yeah, so I have to... Oh, I can't beat over that. Fuck. Well, I think they win this one then, unfortunately. Because if anything's destroyed, they get to add one, and then they can detach 2 and blow everything up. And I didn't play the Nightmare Cerberus, which would have gotten me out of this. Unfortunate. 27 minus 15. I could take 15. Okay, let's set this. Maybe it'll spook them. We've got a Shaddoll and a Dark Monster. Yeah, if I had found a way to normal summon this, I could have made a Winda, and then that would have been much better. Yeah, we're just gonna have to pass on this. And hope they just, like, attack into this. They try to clear things up. We'll see. They can play out of the graveyard, unfortunately. Yep, I think we may have lost this one, but hopefully you at least saw kind of what the deck can do. We'll be back, add a monster from the graveyard to the hand. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Oh, wait. We could put Starving Venom back in the extra deck? And then we can activate Super Poly, sending this to summon the Starving Venom using their 2 big monsters. And it doesn't destroy them. And then we'll use this to gain the 3,000. And then I discarded his cost so I don't get the Shaddoll Hedgehog activation. But there we go. We have a nice thing. Oh, but if they attack into that, that's going to... It's just a real question of whether or not they know Zeus's other effect. If they understand the Sky Thunder, then we might have a problem. If not, they might just pass. Summon a monster from your graveyard? Yeah. More protection. Let's go in attack mode. Why not? Its effects are negated, but if it's destroyed, I get that Chadal Fusion back still. Doing stuff and doing things. I thought that I negated that. Yeah, I can't activate the effect. Tribute a monster, you get that. They have the Nightmare Cerberus. They were prepared. So what are they going to do? They can only destroy something in the main monster zone, so they're going to go for that. And then I'm going to get my Chadal Fusion back, so if you're not prepared, you're going to have a bad time. And then if they're smart, they'll run this into Bigfoot and then attach to Zeus and then wipe the field again. But, or not smart, but if they remembered that effect. A lot of people forget that Zeus does other stuff. Ooh, Nightmare Unicorn. They do not remember. Oh? Ah, access code talker. 58, you're still not bigger than me. But you could do enough damage to the mathematician for it to be game. Alright, touche. Touche, salesman. A good duel. We lost. But again, hopefully you could at least see what happened. It was a good duel. I maybe should have normal summoned the Shaddoll instead of the mathematician. But I couldn't resist. Just a free activation. Let's go to the second duel and see if we can go a little bit faster. Alright, here we are, the second duel versus Default. Going second in the second. Winky face. And we've got a pretty decent hand. We've got the Super Polymerization. We got Shaddoll Schism, which is a nice thing. I played it at 1. I'm still not sure if I should play more of these or less of these or do something to search these. It's pretty nice. It's a trap where you can banish the material from the graveyard to fusion summon. So it's a really good recovery option, especially late game. Getting it first game, not so great, but it's also not like completely dead or anything. They're playing the Invoked, but fortunately we have the Super Poly yet again, very lucky on our part, which means we're going to be able to, whatever they do, just like normal summon a Shaddoll, Super Polymerization. I have the superior fusions, it would seem. So we'll have that to look forward to. They're going for the Invocation on the Fire Monster. Very interesting. Let's open up the old extra deck. The Fire Shaddoll. Unless they... No, they're going for the Dark one. Ooh, because they're playing Shaddolls too. But the Dark one is the worst one. Each player can only attempt to activate one monster effect per turn. And they can only attack with one monster during each battle phase. A fairly decent Floodgate. If it's in defense mode. It's not in defense mode, though. And then they linked it away for Cross Sheep. I'm a wee bit confused. Go ahead and add the Alistair back. Alright, you can't normal summon it again. Do you have another invocation? Are you planning to make something bigger? No, you've got the Chadal Fusion. But you can only fuse with what's in your hand. So you can go for those two and make a Winda. Alright. And then because you did a fusion, you get to summon a level 4 lower from the graveyard. That lets you add a Shaddoll from your deck to your hand. So this is, I think I'd mentioned this in the very opening thing. That's what most Most Shaddoll decks kind of do. They go first, and they end on Winda and, like, something else. Alright. So, here's the thing. You got these two dark monsters, and together it's like, well, geez, you can only get one monster effect, you can only special summon one monster, you can only attack with one. That's pretty brutal. Fuck you. What do we want to discard? Probably this one is the least useful. Starving Venom. Get the fuck out of here. And yes, I will gain the effect from the Cross Sheep. That would be very nice. Yeah, I guess I probably could have made a Winda of my own. That might have been the better thing to do. Let's see. Target one Shaddoll, it's unaffected. You could target one Shaddoll in the graveyard and summon it, but I don't have anything good. So I think that'll be, to set that would be the best. And then we could set the Rook. Yeah, for at a moment I didn't think, because I was like, if I do a Shaddoll Winda, I have to use my own, but I forgot they have a Shaddoll monster, which to be fair, doesn't come up very often. People often give me crap for what I do in these episodes. They're like, you're not playing optimally. It's important to remember that I make these decks every 2 weeks. They're kind of, playing in the in-perm column. I mean, this isn't in-perm, but it could have been. Gotta watch out for that. But yeah, people get, like, you know, I make one of these decks every 2 weeks. I try my best to test them. I like to think I'm decent enough at Yu-Gi-Oh! From years of playing it that I can do all this stuff. But it's important to remember that, yeah, it's only been 2 weeks. I am never going to know this deck as well as someone who's played Shaddolls for like a month or two. Or someone who's been playing it since they came out years ago. Okay, so they're going for... What did they send? Windy. Okay, so they're getting that. They're summoning something face down. I would have gone for the dragon and popped this. But they're going for the beast so they can get the draws. Gotta get them big draws. And then another draw. Oh, yeah, you're fine. I can't, they're like, do you want to activate this? I was like, I can't, I mean, I could banish my Squamata, but I don't want to. The big thing is this can destroy that, but then it's going to blow up the field. Alright, and then the invocation. So I think that's, yeah, it's usually Shaddoll Invoked Dogmatica is the meta variant of this deck. Oh no! See, I had the one light. If I had sent Earth, I would have been much better. Then I wouldn't have been able to do anything. Now I can't schism at all. A Shad State of Affairs, I tell you what. End of main phase, yeah. So they're going to attack into that. That's going to be destroyed. When this is destroyed, I get to destroy your entire field. They're going to negate that by discarding a monster. Most likely. Show me that Alistair. Get the loop done. Nope, they're going for Ariel. But that's as a cost, not as an effect. When they do that... And we flip up the Squamata. Squamat. Please die. And there we go. Not great. We really need a Danger or a Chadal Fusion of our own to do anything. And that ain't it, Chief, unfortunately. Although this can be decent. Let's see here. Yep, we're just going to have to set this. This will let us summon any Shaddoll from the deck, which will deck thin, and then we'll be able to do more stuff. Fortunately, that's all we do. Fortunately, though, this won't, whatchamacallit? Shaddoll Rook, okay. Only summon one. I mean, if you're going to make a Winda now, that'll affect you as well. Oh, okay. They already used their one Winda. Do they usually play more than one? I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to leg. Oof, and now they get the Shaddoll Beast. Draw 2, discard 1. Very useful. There's the dragon to destroy the Rook. Let me see here. Fusion summoned by banishing the materials from your field or graveyard. Yeah, and I don't really want to do that because getting a Wendy is not going to help me. Nor is getting a whatchamacallit, Squamata. I could negate this, and I'd have a... Actually, that might have been better now that I think about it. We'll see. I think I've lost this one. Unfortunately, we're literally going against the more meta consistent variant of the same deck we're playing. They've just got access to more different kinds of fusion. It's invoked, but they can also sit on window. And they can out-resource us. So I think we're just going to skip ahead. I'll come back if I manage to make a comeback. But yeah, I think we're going to lose this one, unfortunately. Alright, here we are, duel number 3 versus Teacher. Let's see if we can learn a thing or two, shall we? Do-do-do-do-do-do. We're going second. Okay, good. That's what I would like to do, and it seems Amazons. Amazons are what we're playing against. That was a peanut, by the way. I was eating between the duels. I should have stopped once the recording started, but just kind of forgot. Sometimes these things happen. You know how it is. I mean, you probably don't because you don't record. Comment in the comments if you do record. If you're a content creator, I want to hear it. Let me know down in the comments. Alright, looks like you're going for Obedience Schooled. Are we just making, what's it called? Naturia Beast? I can still Super Poly a Naturia Beast. That is good. I've opened with Naturia Beast every time. It's pretty neat. The question is, do I want to do that to Naturia Beast? Yeah, because if you don't know Super Poly, neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this. Hey, pretty neat. Ooh, Tri-Brigades. Okay, Tri-Beast Grade. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, just going for Ronin Raccoon? Interesting. So just a 2700 attack token? I guess it goes up to 32 because closed ceiling. Yeah, this copy is the highest attack monster, and then this is like, oh, the monster would do a thing. Let's see. You could special summon one level 2 or lower beast from your deck. Alright, so yeah, I think I need to get rid of the Naturia Beast just right off the bat. This represents a pop, but I think we're good with everything else. So let's go ahead. We're going to normal summon this. They'll get to activate that. And then they'll summon out something. Probably a Canatosa. No, they're going for the kitty. Oh well, we still need to do this. Activate Super Poly. Let's discard the YGOPro. We're going to make Shekanaga, which will use the Naturia Beast and this. And this can also negate effects, which is pretty nice. And then because this was sent to the graveyard by an effect, we get to activate it. And because this was discarded, we get to activate it. And if you don't know what YGOPro's effect is, which I don't blame you... Oh, and we're going to activate this negate and then discard, because it's discarded as an effect. So we're going to send the Danger Response team to the graveyard, which is why we play the one copy of it. We're going to summon the Shaddoll Beast, so we can get things. And then Ariel will activate, so we can, like, look through the graveyard and just be like, you're not summoning that back, or that, or, where's the dog? Oh, the dog went back to their hand. Wind up kitten. They have 2 cats, so I can't get both of them. 2 kitties. So yeah, we're going to do that. They have no set cards. So we're going to use this to get Danger Jackalope. Discard that, draw a card, summon, use the effect of Jackalope, yes. That'll summon a monster from the deck in defense mode, and we're just going to go for our other YGOPro, because it's 3000 defense, it's also a level 8, so sometimes you can make big level 8s. Fortunately, we drew into... See, this is what this deck is all about. You're going to draw, and if you draw into really lucky stuff, then you're going to have a good time. And we need to go into Construct, because I think that's the only way we can out this token. So we're going to go to Construct. We're going to send, I think just Shaddoll Beast, right? Yep, Beast for a draw, and Trick Clown. Yeah, we're going to go here because we might be linking. We're going to activate Trick Clown. Summoning Trick Clown. We're going to activate Construct to send something else. And we're going to activate Chadal Beast to draw a card. Hey, there's a Nessie. Let's go ahead and send, where's it at? Hedgehog. And then we'll summon the Trick Clown in defense mode. The Shaddoll Hedgehog allows us to get a Shaddoll from our deck to hand. We're going to pick Squamata, because if we're going to negate something with Shekanaga, then it's nice to have access to pretty much everything we'd want. And then because we can, what we're going to do is we're going to Nightmare Phoenix with these two. And we're going to discard the Nessie to get rid of that. Because the Nessie will allow us to search any danger. We're going to get Bigfoot. And will Bigfoot allow us to OTK? No, I don't think anything we do will allow us to OTK. So yeah, we're good. I'm just going to save these so we have more of a follow-up play. We're sitting pretty nicely with what we have here. We can get rid of that. We can clear off that. You can occasionally OTK with this deck. I mean, it's possible if I, if I activate the Bigfoot and then we, we happen to we draw onto more dangers, we make big links, we continue to climb, you could OTK with this deck, but sometimes it's better to play it safe. We have two fusions that are going to be difficult to out. One of them is a negate, one of them is a draw. Yeah, we're good. So we finally get a win. And you can see kind of how, again, not the strongest board to break, but you can break boards while maintaining a lot of advantage. You know, we started with 6 cards. We have 4 on the... We have 1 more card than we started with. That's a hell of a thing of advantage, I tell you what. And again, they activate something, we discard to negate it. We're going to discard the Squamata. Squamata's going to send something else from the deck. Not only are you getting effects, but you're thinning the deck, so maybe next turn, if you draw the Pot of, whatever it is, Avarice? Yeah, Pot of Avarice, then you're drawing 2 more. It can really snowball. Let's hope it does that again as we go into the 4th duel. Alright, here we are, duel number 4, the Quattro versus Shadcon. They've got Shad in the name. Could it be Shaddolls? Another mirror match, perhaps? Have people found out my name and now they're trying to find... I didn't think they would be able to. This is a pretty obscure reference. I'm not sure if you're aware, but guess if you know down in the comments what Party Poison is from. Go ahead, otherwise I'll tell you in a moment here. Do 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 clap. Ooh, Raid Raptors. They're gonna be raiding my Raptors! No! Oh, I need those! Don't worry, I don't have COVID. I've just been eating more peanuts. They're very salty. They make my throat kind of dry. Take a drink of nondescript water. But, yeah, the name Danger Dolls, which was picked by Twitch chat. I stream over at twitch.tv/Hardleg Gaming, by the way. Every Thursday, I'm testing out the decks that I'm going to be playing on What a Deck in the coming weeks. So if you're interested in seeing the process or even helping out with the process, come down there. Or in this case, helping me pick the names. It was between Shadanger, which kind of sounds neat, and Danger Dolls. And they decided to go with that. And the name kind of sounds like Danger Days, which is an album by My Chemical Romance, which is actually one of my favorite bands. I don't look like it, but big emo fan over here. It's a really great album. Had a lot of, it's like a story album. All of MCR's albums are story albums, but it's this interesting, post-apocalyptic desert desert driving, kind of Mad Maxian, but more punk, if that makes any sense. And the cover I actually used to make the sleeves. The cover is like this background desert mesa with a big spider, but I've replaced the spider with the Chadal Fusion, and I've put construct in here, and you can see the dangers, sort of like the little ones are cowering away while the big ones are like, get me that. But yeah, so Danger Days is set in a, like, I guess it's not a post-apocalyptic future, it's like a utopian future, but there's a bunch of teenage punks who reject the utopianism of the future and go out in the desert to party and be more reckless. And all the band members had different names for their, like, punk future personas. And the main guy called himself Party Poison. So Party Poison is the name of the character of the lead singer of My Chemical Romance in the album Danger Days, which is where this is referenced from. And so now you can hopefully see why I didn't think anyone ever would understand this. Okay, we've got a lot of stuff to deal with. Time Thief Redoer can non-targeting shuffle things back into the deck. Raid Raptor's Phantom Claw can negate something. They probably have a Fog Blade. This can turn a special summon monster face down, and this is a negate. I don't think we can play through everything unless we get, like, perfect rolls. But let's try. Let's go ahead and start with the Mathematician. See what we can do there. Will they negate the Mathematath? Alright, and they're using that one, unfortunately. Okay, so the Shaddoll Fusion will be negated by Cyber Dragon Infinity. I want to watch out for that. If I set it, they can shuffle it back into the deck with Redoer. Okay, so we're going to... Oh, I already normal summoned. Okay, so we're going to have to risk it. Well, first let's set this. And we'll set this. We're going to activate Danger Thunderbird. Will they negate? No. So that discards that. We summon the Thunderbird. And we get to draw. Now, are they going to flip it face down? Unfortunately, this summons from the graveyard, so... Okay. Let's see. Return them both to the hand. Okay, so I can activate this now, and if they negate it, I don't go back to the hand. So let's try this. We'll try to send Thunderbird and Cyber Dragon Infinity back to the hand. Oh, they're going to use that and shuffle it. Oh, it still works, though. Okay. You got it, buddy. So now they can't negate the Chadal Fusion. And we're going to go for... let's see here. The App Cologne. I think that's the best bet. Because the construct, they're gonna flip it face down regardless, but this can't be destroyed by battle. And this might be able to negate before they do it, because this negates when summoned. What's in their graveyard? No, I can't worry about their graveyard yet. At the moment, I need to worry about what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get the Beast and the... Oh, do I not? Oh, it has to be a different attribute. Oh, we could send Genius. Yeah, that's good. So App Cologne comes out. Activate this to negate you, to stop you from doing other things. The Shaddoll Beast will draw a card. The Genius will... Why can't I target this? I am very sad. I guess we're gonna negate Redoer. I don't think they can activate it once per turn. Okay, that was a mistake on mine. I could have been drawing more cards or banishing things. Okay, so they're going to use that on that, but they can't attack it, and if they get rid of it, then I'm not destroyed by battle. Okay, that's a sucky one to draw into. Let's... Danger Response Team will discard the Bigfoot, draw a card. Super Poly. Let's get rid of the Rusty Bardiche. Again, I don't know why I can't target this. I'm very sad. But we'll kill the Bardiche. Kill the Bardiche. We'll Super Poly, discarding that. Making our good friend Starving Venom. There we go. Danger Nessie will let us get something. Let's go ahead and get another Bigfoot. Yeah, we'll get another Bigfoot. And I don't want to discard it because there's a chance I won't be able to do anything. So let's just attack for game. Or not for game. Close to game. Oh, I probably should have risked the Bigfoot. I would have been able to... Okay. It's fine. They've got one card. Can they rebuild? I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. If they do destroy this, I get a Shaddoll card from my deck or hand to the deck or graveyard to my hand, and then discard a card. So it's basically just activate any Shaddoll from the deck. If they destroy this, it destroys all special summoned monsters they own. They do have 10 more extra deck monsters. I don't really know what this Raid Raptor Dark Ixie Phantom Knights deck can do, what it's capable of. So I guess we'll be back. Alright, they've made a Cyber Dragon Infinity, and they've absorbed the App Cologne. So that's one thing gotten rid of. It's weird. I thought they summoned... Oh no, they just pushed this already. This is like you only summon dark monsters for the rest of the turn. Soul Shave Force, 2 ranks higher. Yep, so you can go Strix into Cyber Dragon Infinity. I bounced it back, so now they have it. Oh, and this just goes into the thing that OTKs, right? Damn it. That sucks. Shit sucks, bro. Just a big attack. You only attack with that, though, right? I hope they can only attack. If they can attack with this as well, okay. Yeah, they really built a lot for how little they had. And they can negate one thing. So, we're pretty much doomed, I think. I mean, granted, they've got 200. Oh, wait, I could just normal summon an attack into that, unless they've got another Fog Blade. Because they've only got 200 life points left. Yeah. Normal summon? Who needs effects? More than 200. We did it. Such a big climactic duel! Playing through 5 negates. They got down to 200 life points. Then they summon a big 9,400 attack beater. All the things. And it's just like... Normal summon Squamata? Attack the Link? We did it. That's why you play Squamata at 3, by the way. This, not only is it a good toolbox thing, because if you have it in your hand and you have to discard, it basically gives you access to every other Shaddoll. But unlike stuff like Hedgehog, which lets you search any Shaddoll, and Beast, which lets you draw a card, this is something you can normal summon and it just has 1,800 attack. Which comes in useful in these very, very niche circumstances like this. So we did it. We're good. Let's go ahead to the 5th duel. Alright, here we are. Duel number 5 versus 8011. 8011 or 8011. It depends. You could say numbers in a lot of different ways. And it looks like we're playing against Magical Musketeers, which can be tricky. But they're much stronger going second these days than they are going first, for the most part. It really depends. Musketeers are one of those, they're one of those archetypes where it's like, fuck, if this is like Last Stand that prevents, like, if they have the counter trap, the monster effect negation, and the destruction, plus this, I'm just doomed. I'm doom screwed. I'm fucked. But if these are monsters, then they literally can't do anything. They're another one of those decks that's really dependent on whatever the hell you get. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start by normal summoning the Mathematath. Fortunately, we have no spell trap, so we don't really have to worry about things all too much. Let's go ahead. I think what we're going to do, we're just going to send... Yeah, because we have a lot of dangers in hand. It might be smarter to draw cards so that we can resolve those, but I want to prevent any things he actually has. So we're going to do this, target Casper, and now he can't activate that effect to search a card. So even if he has, you know, a magical musket spell trap to activate, he's not going to be able to search with it. Yeah, like that'll banish it, but you can't activate the effect. So now you can't search anything else, and fortunately we did that, so yeah, all we lost is genius. Let's go ahead and do Bigfoot. It's our biggest beater. It can get over everything. Alright, so we get to summon the Bigfoot, draw a card, and then summon the Falco face down. Hey, that's pretty neat. Let's go ahead and do the Thunderbird. It's our next biggest beater. We got the Hedgehog, so we're going to draw a card and also use the Hedgehog. Let's go ahead and get a... Let's get a Wendy. Yeah, we don't really want the Shaddoll Beast in our hand. And then we'll do the Ogopogo. Or our opponent will surrender. They'll surrender in the face of, we've got a whole lot... Like I said, if you get lucky with your dangers, you get the draws and stuff, it's crazy because it's just like, you know, not only do you get a monster on board and then you draw a card, but the thing you discarded also lets you get an additional card. So the chances, like, you activate Ogopogo and there's more chance that you're going to get one of the Shadolls. And then you can either, you know, use this, send Beast, draw another card, get another monster on the field, although we'd fill up the whole thing. We got 2 level 8s, so then we can make a rank 8. So we could go in, like, beat over everything, and then also have a what's it called? Number 38, Titanic Galaxy, and be able to negate a spell if they try to activate it. Pretty nice. That's 5 duels down. Let's go to the halfway point. Well, hello there, gentlemen and non-gentlemen. Welcome to the mythical halfway point of the video. This is where I remove my fancy proletariat hat and put on a hat more accustomed to the working class. This channel is funded by the people, for the people, thanks to the glorious work of my Patreon. I don't really use ads, I don't like or trust big corporations, and I don't really like them advertising on my videos. I have to have some ads or YouTube will not push my videos out, but I prefer to do things through the Patreon. So if you'd like to support that, if you'd like to join the commune, then you can donate to my Patreon, link down in the description. Patreon.com/HardlegGaming. You don't, it's not just a charity, you do get rewards. You may have noticed these sleeves I've got here. I've also got the negation. Hopefully Wyncrer will put it in that little window. And if you donate $2, you can get both of those for your own personal use. Not only for this episode, but for every episode I've ever made. At $5, you get to vote on, like, polls. I make custom sleeves just for the patrons. At $10, I can help you with building decks. $25 patrons get shouted out at the end of the episode. And 15 higher patrons can help request content of some kind. There's more rules and stuff, look there. And you also get to join my Discord, which is always nice. So if you're interested in that at all, if you like what I do here, if you like Hard Hat Joe, Joe of the funny hats, then check that out, support that. It helps me buy more unique hats. I've got a fez on the way, you can look forward to that next episode. For now though, let's get back into the duels. Alright, here we are, 6th duel versus Red Hollow. And as much as I enjoy this hat, I'm actually going to take it off because it is very warm and it is hot as balls right now. It's a nice spring day and I'm sweating a lot. I don't know if Wyncrer still has the footage out there earlier from when I was talking about it, but yeah, very sweaty guy here. And unfortunately, we're going first. Fuck. And we've got, like, stuff that really only helps us going second. So we're going to set and hope. I could make Winda. I could make Winda and sit on Winda, but it would take my entire hand. It would not necessarily be worth it. It still might have not have been... Well, no, that would have actually helped significantly. Yep, I should have just done the meta move. It feels so bad to just, like, you know... Oh, but they could have Gamma Sealed it, so it's fine either way. Yeah, it feels really bad to just be like, hey, I'm gonna summon a Winda. Where's it at? There she is. Just like, each player can only special summon monsters once per turn while this card is face up on the field. It feels really bad to just do that and then watch your opponent cry. I mean, I guess it could be satisfying in like a tournament setting or something like that. But, doing it online is like, especially if you know, they're playing Red Dragons and all they're gonna do is hit me for 3,500. I'm feeling pretty good with that. I can now Chadal Fusion. Oh, hey, nice. So, let's Shaddoll Fusion. Let's summon... Yeah, I think I need to get Construct. Let's go ahead... Yeah, we're going to use the Kaidos, and we'll get a Shaddoll Beast. Yes. There we go. I'm going to activate that. And that. Yes, I would like to activate more things, and Beast. So we will draw a card. Neat. We will discard this to get everything attack. And then we will banish stuff from there. Oh wait, I get to send from the deck to graveyard. Let's send the Hedgehog, so we can search again. So we've sent the Hedgehog. We have sent her. So she's going to banish this, this, and this to prevent you from recovering stuff. Hedgehog is going to give me the Squamata. I'm going to normal summon Chupacabra, and then immediately return it to the hand using this to send that to the hand. Goodbye. Pot of Avarice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're in danger, buddy. Watch out. Okay. We can... YGOPro, yeah, let's go ahead and activate that now while it's has the highest chance of activating. Summon. Draw a card. Oh, wait, great, we got another one. Summon that. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll just use this to discard the Jackalope. The Jackalope will summon... let's go for Thunderbird, because they're not playing many set cards. Probably could have gone into attack, but it's fine. Instead, we're going to make this. And I think we'll end on that for this turn. It's not quite game. We could maybe try to do the... Oh wait, no, you already summoned an YGOPro. Did we? I forget. Either way, we could probably have gotten game if we were putting everything into attack mode, but we're in a pretty good position. Welcome to the show. Hardleg Joe doesn't do game because he doesn't keep track of how much he's doing. Yeah, you can go ahead, that's fine. I like life points. Life points are cool by me. Got another Resonator. He's probably not going to activate, like, any spells. Just, like, 0 spells whatsoever. Are you just going to make another one? Or not the other... Are you going to make the same one? I sent it back to the extra deck, so he could just make it again. Deal more damage. Watch, I probably should have done it on the, whatchamacallit? Oh, Beals! Beals can't be destroyed by card effects. I can redirect the attack back over here if I want. No, I don't think I want to. I think I'll just take the 200. The question is, do I have something that can out stuff that can't be destroyed by battler card effects? I'm pretty sure I do. I mean, obviously I have Shaddoll Dragon, which can... Oh wait, I just need to make Verte, and then I can... Okay. So, can I make Verte? Probably. Let's set this. Let's activate Nessie. There's a Nessie. Shaddoll Dragon. No, I don't want to destroy my own spell trap. Let's normal summon this. Let's... Oh, wait, I need to get another Shaddoll on the field. Okay, I can do that. Doesn't matter which one... Oh, wait, I could just make App Cologne. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. I'm like the dumbest thing alive. No one is dumber than ye. I had so many outs to this, I didn't even recognize it. Yeah, we'll just, like, do that. You're dead. We'll do this to draw a card. We'll do this to get something. And then I could, you know, make... We'll set that. Just in case. Oh, wait, it can't... Oh, yeah, it just negates its effects. So then I can crash. I could sue... You've already seen the Super Poly. We'll just show that. We do that, and then we can attack. So we did it. We beat Red Dragon Archfiends. Good job, me. I always knew that I could do it. Let's go to the 7th duel. Alright, the 7th duel. We get to go second. The fighting second. 7th. We're here. Versus Legoshi, a fellow leg. We've got legs here. Oh. Ah. Trap tricks. This could be a bit dangerous. Trap tricks will prevent you from summoning, and as you may have noticed over the course of the last 7 duels, we like to summon. I don't know why I looked down at the chart to be like, how many duels have we done? I said 7 like 5 times since we began. Oh, hey, it's just Sarah. Fortunately, well, okay, I was going to say unfortunately we've got a bad hand, but we've actually got a decent hand? We've got Thunderbird, and if Thunderbird is discarded, you get to destroy a set card, which is kind of what you want to do. Problem is, we've also got Chadal Fusion, which can be really useful. Some people played it more than one, but at the moment, I'm kind of worried about using it, because all we can make is Winda, which can't be destroyed, which would help. A lot of, like, bottomless destroys and stuff. The problem is it's a quick play, so if we set it, we can't activate it for the rest of this turn. We can't start doing the dangerous stuff, unless we set or there's a chance we could discard it. Let's go ahead. We're going to set it, and we're going to activate Bigfoot. Mr. Bigamus Footamus, if you will. What say you, Trap Tricks player? Alright. The thing about the dangers is they are not once per turn. You can activate them to discard as often as you feel like, baby. So we're going to do that. We're going to activate that. So we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Turn to the hand, target one monster on the field and destroy it. That might be useful. There's not a whole lot. I think we're going to go with Beast, because it has more attack than a lot of the Shaddolls do. So they might not be able to get over it, and if I flip it up into attack mode, I could be in a pretty good position. Treacherous Trap Hole. How very treacherous. They're going to destroy those, but that's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, which means I get to draw a card. Oh boy. And we've got 3 cards in the grave now, so we're good. We're working our way to Pot of Avarice. We've just got to hope they're probably going to summon the... Yeah, and she pops the spell trap when she's summoned. Please get that one. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I didn't... That was the least useful one we had. And then because that's summoned, you get another trap. When it activates a card in the hand, you can negate it. Okay. Hey. Sneck. Hello. I'm gonna pop that. Pop, pop. Watching motherfuckers drop. Okay, there's the Infinite Permanence. Let's go for the... We don't have 5. Okay, so we need one more. Let's go for the Thunderbird. If it picks Thunderbird, since we've already used the effect, we can't do anything. Pot of Avarice. Bet you wish you saved your Ash Blossom now. We'll get more. We can still summon... Oh, wait, no. We've already summoned the Bigfoot. Oh, but we got Chadal Fusion. Hello there. Nice to meet you. Smile. What do we want? I think we want Winda, because again, it can't be destroyed. We're going to go for the one that can't be destroyed. Plus, it's a Shaddoll and a Dark Monster. It'll allow us to send Beast, which pops or Dragon, which pops a card. And let's go ahead for Falco. Yeah, we'll go for Falco since it'll summon itself. There we go. Dragon to get rid of that. And then Falco to summon Falco. Alright. Now I can summon more. I was worried that I might not be able to summon as much, but you have helped me. Let's see, I can't summon that. I could tribute over it. I don't need to, though, because all they've got is that. Let's just set it so we can get a Chadal Fusion if we need it. Next turn. And then we'll walk over everything they have. Let's go after this. And let's go after that. So, a fairly effective thing. Managed to play through a little disruption. We've got 2 set cards. We've got a 1300 Snake, who seems very intimidated about being here on the field. Let's see. You could set 1 trap you control to the graveyard. Okay, so they've summoned Sarah, which means now they cannot special summon anymore, because they only get 1 per turn. Which means next turn I can just walk over everything they have. I think they lose. I think this fight in 7th wasn't so much fighting as it was me punching an unfortunate girl. A sad state of affairs. Oh wait, not that one. Wait, I thought I had a beast set. Did I forget the beast? Was that last turn? Alright, yeah, they just surrendered. It's fine. I don't need... Oh, wait, yeah, I did have one, and then they destroyed it with Treacherous Trap Hole. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I'll just discard that, get rid of the dragon, pop that, and then I can activate that without having to worry about it. But I think they knew they were lost anyway. Yeah, probably. Either way, let's go ahead and... We got 5 duels won. We're past the halfway threshold. If you don't know, in order for a deck to be on this show, it has to be able to win at least 50% of the time in testing. I was a little worried about this one because it is highly dependent on your hands in what you happen to draw when you draw. There's always times when, like, you activate a Pot of Avarice to draw 2 cards and then draw your other 2 Pot of Avarice. You can't activate them or do anything. So it's kind of frustrating, but at least we got 5. Let's see how much we can break that by. Maybe we can go get like an 8 and 2? That would be nice. Alright, partners, here we are in the 8th duel versus a Slick Stone. That sounds like a cowboy name. Like, howdy ma'am, I'm Slick Stone. This over here's Dirty Dan. Nice to meet you. Okay. We're in a not very good position. We're going to normal summon. We're going to activate. We're going to send... Part of me wants to send Squamata, but we already have one in our hands. So we might be a little doomed. Let's send Shaddoll Hedgehog. And Hedgehog will get Wendy. Right? No, let's get... Yeah, let's go for... Now, let's get Wendy. We can always send Beast off of Squamata. We just want to... Basically, we're trying to hope that we can draw into enough to fusion summon a, whatchamacallit? To fusion summon a Winda. Oof, we only play 2 of these. You get 2 of them, you're not in a very good way. we can still do it. Because we can make Verte Anaconda. We just leave ourselves really open to a lot of stuff. We can activate that, 2000, send a Chadal Fusion, and then summon the Winda by using this and this. Hello. Squamato will send Beast. Beast will draw us a card. We already used Wendy, and we've got a Foolish Burial for next turn. Oh wait, we can... Yeah, let's go ahead and activate that now and see if we can get a trap or something. And the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog. He's the fastest, dang Shaddoll. We have a 3. If we can get 4 monsters on board, let's roll the bone, shall we? No, we'd have to get 2 more, and let's try it. Fuck it. Oh, I'm an idiot. Why do I always forget about that? Why am I such a Dumbo? Yeah, Winda affects you too. You can't, I already summoned after I activated Winda, so all I did there was discard Mathematician for no reason, and set Foolish Burial for no reason. If I lose now, it'll be entirely my fault for making a foolish decision. But that's the thing, is like, because I play this deck and so rarely summon Shaddoll Winda, I often forget that it does that. Okay, so you got your 1 summon, it's Express Bullet Liner. This can get over things, but in order to attack with this, you have to send 2 other cards you control to the graveyard. They didn't know that. They didn't have a spell trap to set or something. Therefore, I declare the victory by sitting on Chadal Winda. And it didn't matter that I fucked up, because Winda is just a little too powerful for a lot of people. Alright, duel number 9 versus the gamer. There ain't no gamer more gamer than he. Let's just hope he learns to mind his manners. I'm going first again. I open with Pot of Avarice again. Let's see if we can make... We're either going to draw our way into the fusion, or maybe we can get 4 monsters on the field and make... Ooh, that was the worst thing that could have happened. Yep. Nope, we could still do it. It's gonna suck, but we could still do it. Verto Anacondo. Hello. Nice to meet you. Let's send the Chadal Fusion. Let's get the Winder. Oh, I can use the Verte. But I kind of want to do both of these. Oh wait, either way there'll be 5 in the graveyard, right? Yeah, if I send this. There we go. Hello. Squamato will send Hedgehog. Hedgehog will search us a thing. Maybe one of, let's go to Wendy. And then because we have 5, we can now do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we can use Verte more than once. It's pretty neat. Oh, El Chadal Fusion. That's actually, this is one of the few times when it's really good to have that. Let's set it. There we go. Yeah, and this is why a lot of the meta versions, I could see why they would play more than one El Chadal Fusion. Because again, now this allows me to, during the opponent's hand, fusion summon a Winda using these 2. And doing that will allow me to draw a card, or I could use Bigfoot, and because Bigfoot gets discarded? No, it has to be discarded, so it won't activate if it's used as fusion material. But I could discard these 2 and get some effects during things. And yeah, this is, you know, I didn't want to do this. You could imagine how this might work if you had this, and then, like, you were backing it up with, what's it called? Dogmatica cards? Like, you had Dogmatica Punishment here, or you drew into some other stuff. It'd be quite a lot to get through, because you try to normal summon or special summon one thing to get over this, and you can't. Alright. Get your 1 special summon. But yeah, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to. But if you're gonna make me go first, this is gonna happen. Oh boy, Big Ben Kai. Yeah, we're fine. I'm not gonna die. Get my Chadal Fusion back. Yay. We'll just see if they... Okay, so we don't want them to be able to use that, so we'll go ahead and Chadal Fusion now. Let's make App Cologne because it does permanent. Yeah. Just to be a little original. So this will permanently negate Benkai, so it can't attack in defense anymore. We get to draw a card. And we'll get to use Wendy to get a beast. It's, let's see, draw 2 cards, then discard 1 card. So this will activate Bigfoot. Bigfoot. So now you're just a big defensey wall. And you've got this. This is used to steal. It steals spell traps, basically. You summon it, and then you tribute it to destroy a spell trap. And yeah, I could have made another window. I could have sat on it. I didn't want to be that mean. I'm not really worried. It's main phase 2. I would rather break their board. Okay, they've got Susanoo. Target 1 spell trap. Set it to your side. Not my Chadal Fusion! What if they fusion summon with it? What if they just happen to be playing Shaddolls? Okay. Oh, Super Poly. Well, that just makes it my job a lot easier. Let's do this first, though. Why not? Let's make a constructed using this. And I almost sent Dragon to destroy the back row, because I'm like, what could it be? And I realized I was kind of an idiot. Let's do Squamata into Hedgehog. Just to get stuff. And just to try to fill up the graveyard. There we go. We get to discard 1, so what do we want to discard? Send to the graveyard. Let's go ahead and use Dragon, why not? I think we've got this anyway, unless I'm just dumb. Which, I mean, to be fair, I've made some dumb decisions in my time. Let's go ahead and use Aerial. Activating more chains. Give me that back. I need to search it, possibly if I die. And select a card to banish. Okay. That, and I think Transporter allows them to do stuff. They don't have a flute in the graveyard, which is how they negate things. Oh, it's banished when it leaves the field. Welp. I tried so far, and I got so hard. But in the end, some big dumb stuff happened. Draw 2 cards. Let's discard Bigfoot. Pop. Hello. Because they take no battle damage from attacks involving this. And then we can do this. And yeah, I think you see that it's probably game. Shek. Hello there. And Jackalope will summon. Yeah, we've got it. 2 and 5. We just had so many things. The deck worked so well. It's a pity all our losses were stacked up in those first 2 duels. Although that first duel, it's one of those ones we lost, but we still did so much that it felt like a good game. Yu-Gi-Oh can be great when it's not completely one-sided like that. Yeah, and look at all these fusions we summoned. We still haven't gotten the fire one or the water one out, but maybe in the final duel. Alright, the 10th and final duel versus Katana, which is either the Mortal Kombat Princess or the main bad guy from Highlander 2, The Quickening. Famously one of the worst designed sequels ever put into production. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Highlander series. I mean, I've already talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! Enough, so we'll just go ahead. But the first Highlander movie is set up it sets up this world where there are immortals walking among us. It's our world, but there are a couple immortals. Not a couple, but there's a couple thousand immortals walking among us, and they feel this strong desire to fight each other. Because you can kill an immortal despite their name. Like, they're ageless, they'll live forever, and other, like, you know, they get shot or whatever, they'll still survive. But if you cut their head off, they die. And if an immortal cuts another immortal's head off, they will gain all their knowledge and experience. So they feel compelled to battle each other until there can only be one. Just one remaining. It's pretty neat. And you get to see it all the way from the Scottish Highlands back in, like, medieval times up until, like, the 1980s, where there's only, like, a handful left that are competing for supremacy. And you know, spoiler alert, but it ends with there only being one. They do the thing that they set out to do. And then they made a sequel. And the sequel's like, well, how do we get more immortals when we killed all of them, when the premise of the movie was to kill all of them? And they're like, what if the immortals aren't immortals? What if they're aliens? What if they were sent here as a punishment, and that's why they're immortal? They're forced to fight to death because Earth is a penal colony. That is the worst thing that could possibly have happened. Ah, ha 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 ha. Welp. Sometimes you gamble, sometimes you lose. I could activate Shaddoll Fusion, but it would be negated. They'd steal it. All I can do is set. The Hope Harbinger was the one good thing they had, and they did it. Yep. But yeah, even though in the first movie everyone talks about being born and living as a human, and then they have some event where, like, they almost get killed, or they get, like, stabbed through the chest and everyone thinks they're dead, but then they're just like, oh no, it turns out I'm immortal. Or they just live for, like, 100 years without aging, and people notice, and they're like, oh, you're an immortal. And in medieval times, that gets you, like, kicked out of villages and stuff. But then in Highlander 2, they're like, no, there was a great battle on the planet Zeist. Yeah, go ahead. I can't believe that worked. I thought this dragon deck would do all sorts of things. Thanks, Shaddoll Dragon. Betraying the fellow dragons. I'll take take 1,000? No. No, I don't think that I will. Now that I can, I will do this. And then I will do other things. I will do this. I will do this. And all these thises will add up. We're gonna get, oh wait, I don't want to send that to the graveyard. I want to send, Wendy. I want to send Wendy to the graveyard. And Wendy will get, oh, add to hand. Yeah, let's get another dragon. I'm getting a little confused in my old age. And we'll get a beast. There we go. We did it. We did it, Reddit. We survived. But yeah, that's a famous, like, you know, no, and that's not even getting into... Highlander 2 starts in a post-apocalyptic future where the character, after winning all the knowledge of all the immortals, uses it to build a giant thing because global warming is a problem. So they build a giant shield that blocks out the sun, but the same shield that blocks the sun also blocks the sun. So, like, all the crops are dying and the world is a failure, and it's this big... it's more like a cyberpunk world where, like, big corporations own everything and you've got to pay for air and stuff like that. It's brutal. And they're like, the main character is just growing old because now he's not immortal anymore. That was another part of the winning. What do we send? We just send another hedgehog. And Hedgehog lets us get something, man. Everything, something. We'll get an aerial. He's like an old man, and then he goes to the opera, and he's like, I remember the planet Zeist 400 years ago. And there's just a title card, the planet Zeist 400 years ago. That's what you're dealing with now. Yeah, we'll do that. Your graveyard, hand it over. One of the most famously bad title cards in the history of cinema. Can't summon again because of Winda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have enough to just win the game? Oh wait, I can summon. Okay. Well then, let's do that then. Super Poly. We'll discard this because I want to save the Chupacabra for when we can actually summon something. Let's get this. You and you. Gone. Big attackers here. And there we go. I think we beat Dragon Link. Don't tell me this wasn't Dragon Link. We're done. But yeah, I guess all bringing back around to the name. The evil villain who follows them from the other planet, who's still alive after 400 years, despite the fact that being immortal on Earth was the punishment, which implies that, like, the people on Zeist should still be mortal. He decides he's gonna come back and kill the main character, because now he's an old man, he can beat him. But going to Earth it restarts the immortal game, so he becomes young and immortal again, and they have to fight to the death with all the people who come from Zeist. And for some reason, despite being an alien from another world, his name is General Katana. He doesn't even use a katana. It's really weird. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my talking about the Highlander series. Let me know down in the comments if you would like me to talk about Highlander 4 Endgame next time. And let's go ahead into the end screen. So there we go, ladies, gentlemen, and comrades. Danger Dolls, after a bit of a rough start, ended up going 8-2. Pretty good. Again, Shaddoll's a pretty powerful archetype. They can do a lot of things, and this is maybe not the most optimal version of it, but it certainly does some original, unique things. There's certainly the potential there, but of course you have to get good luck with your danger resolutions. If it lands on the danger that you're trying to activate and you don't get the draw, especially if it's something like Thunderbird and you don't even get to pop a card, you're just kind of screwed. So there's that element of random chance. But if you like that, if you're a bit of a gambler, this is definitely a really fun variant of this deck to play. And I'm pretty sure it's not all that expensive. Most of the Shaddoll stuff was in the structure deck. I don't know what the danger prices are looking at now, but most of the really popular dangers, the Jackalope, the Tutsinoko, the Nessie, they're all at 1, so you just need to get the one version of them. You might even be able to replace them with something cheap like Mothman or Dogman or something. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. Next time on What a Deck, I'll be looking at Fright Fur Fluffles by Patreon request. Be eager to check more fusioning if you're liking that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the end screen for the secret question of the day. And until next time, good luck and have fun. Look alive, sunshine. The video may be dusted, but that don't mean this party's over. Round these parts, the music don't fade until every comrade's been accounted for. This one goes out to all the Crash Queens and Motor Babies out there that dropped 25 big ones on good old Mr. Leg. Their names are Davon Crushin, Tiberius Kane Moriarty, Yellow, Yami, Austin Glover, Chris W, Munchry, CD Games, Chris Kessler, Dancing Joker, Diotic, Matt, Muffin Fiend, Nathan, Nerozard 22, Nightfang, Penumbra Eterna, Kirvin, Quintingent, Tayo no Kitsune, and Trevor F. These patrons are fancier than God's revolver and twice as shiny, and I tell you what, without their radiation, this channel wouldn't shine half as brightly. If you'd like to join the Ghost Patrol yourself and upthrust the red line, then click that Patreon link on the screen or down in the description. Every drop of water helps feed the world, baby. Today's secret question of the day: do you like MCR? And if so, What are your favorite songs and or albums by them? Let me know down in the comments, and until next time, stay frosty, Legos.